Thick filaments and thin filaments make sarcomere. So thick filaments run the entire length of the A band. Here's an A band. Thin filaments run the length of the I band, and they also cross a little bit right here to the A band, interlapping with thick filaments. Other structures. You already know that Z-discs, it's a coin-shaped sheet of proteins, and Z-line is just how it looks from the side. H-zone, it's zone in the center of the sarcomere where filaments do not cross and where there is no thin filaments, right here. H-zone. M-line is a line in the very center of the sarcomere for attachment of thick filaments. Structure of thick filament. Protein myosin. Two of those myosin chains twisted together form a myosin molecule. At the end of that myosin molecule there are two heads, and those would be tails, ends of the molecules. The heads have actin binding sites that during muscle contraction help to pull thin filaments. And several of those myosin molecules twisted together with those heads sticking out form thick filament. Thin filament or actin is made of two chains of actin. An actin protein is made of actin subunits, which are called globular actin subunits. Each of them has a binding site for myosin. So again, during muscle contraction, myosin attaches its head into actin and pulls for muscle contraction. Tropomyosin and troponin, two other proteins. Here's tropomyosin and this is troponin. They regulate muscle contraction. Now, for contraction, muscle cells should be activated by the electrical signal, and that electrical signal arrives through the neuromuscular junction, which is a connection between the neuron carrying electrical signal and muscle cell. So as soon as muscle receives electrical signal from the motor neuron, it's called motor neuron, they start contracting. So what is required for skeletal muscle contraction? Activation, stimulation at a neuromuscular junction, electrical signal, or it's also called action potential, that arrives from our brain or spinal cord. Next one, excitation contraction coupling. That's a generation and propagation of action potential along the sarcolemma. It means electrical signal right now jumps from the neuron on the muscle cell and starts traveling along that muscle cell, and then it's going inside and activates calcium. Here it is, muscle contraction. There is a video about muscle contractions that I highly recommend you to watch right now. So if you stop this video and you go under the video, there will be in description to this video I will post this link. Watch it please, YouTube video, and then come back and continue with muscle contraction.